adventure, sports, outdoors. With host Billy Canterbury.
There I was, back in the wild again, and I felt right at home where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Adventure Sports Outdoors. Hi, I'm your host, Billy Canterbury, a proud son of Harry Canterbury, and I am honored to be able to carry on his legacy and the tradition that he started. Join me today as we attend an auction for the Peoria Symphony Orchestra with Mr. Fish. And from there, we're going to explore haunted Galina, Illinois, where Ulysses S. Grant's house is at. We are going to go goose hunting with my good buddy, Nick Thompson. And from there, we're going to do a cold water plunge, which Adventure Sports Outdoors is collaborating with 22 Veteran Artist Organization. We had a great turnout of veterans this 22nd of January, and we hope it continues to multiply each month. Stay tuned for a great show. We love having you here. Thank you.
Adventure Sports Outdoors is brought to you in part by Corsall Lumber, manufacturers of quality hardwood products, buyers of standing timber in Smithfield. Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery, located on Peoria's riverfront, open 11 a.m. daily. Goodwill, supporting our veterans with job placement assistance, health, housing, and resource referrals. And the General Wayne A. Downing Home for Veterans, all because you shop and donate. Our thanks to all of these sponsors. Pat Sullivan, Mr. Fish, and friends were out and about, taking part in the festivities and auction to help raise money for the Peoria Symphony. Some lucky bidder would win a fishing trip with Mr. Fish himself, and of course, a delicious fish dinner after the trip.
We're working on auctioning off Fishing with Mr. Fish at the Peoria Symphony event. And we do this every year. And Pat Sullivan, it gives an opportunity for people to come out and go fishing with Pat and the rest of us and have a good time, and at the same time raise some money for organizations like the Peoria Symphony. So that's what we're here tonight for.
Good evening, good evening. Let's get this going. Let's go fishing. Everybody ready to go fishing? All right. Matt George, I bet Matt George I can get everybody to listen. How am I doing, Matt? Okay. So here's what the deal is. You heard it last time. We got Chuck Gabbard out there, Bill Shaner, Dr. Gary Zawicki over there. We take you out fishing. You don't even have to bring a pole. The fish just jump in the boat, don't they, George? Now the maestro is very good, conducting the instruments, but he struggled a little bit on fishing. But where's Shelley? She should have some pictures up here. George caught the biggest fish that morning. Let's see it. Come on. Okay. They'll flip it up there. All right. He did a great job. How was it out there, George?
It was cold and excellent.
And a blast. Yeah. We had a blast. Councilman, Mr. Kelly there, Councilman Kelly bid on it last year and won. He brought 4 people out, or 3 people and himself. We had guides. All of us are guides, of course. And what we do is we have a little breakfast at the fish room, which you're very close to, right next door. Then we go out, usually to Chuck's. Where's Chuck? There he is. We go to his lakes and we fish. We catch bluegill, we catch crappie, we catch bass. And we do all kinds of dinner with that. Hold on.
And last year, our boat alone caught 45 fish.
and they lost. Let's get it going. We got one right here.
I got 1,000 here, need 1,100, 1,000 over here, need 1,100, 1,000 over here. I got 1,100 here, need 12. Got 11 here, got 12, need 13. Got 12 there, need 13. John Miller, we need to sit by you. Got 14 here, need 15. I got 4. I love this spot. Tom McIntyre.
Who do we got back there?
Let's get fired up tonight. Let's go. I've got, what are you bidding now? I got 16, need 17. I got 16 here right now. I got 17 here, need 18. 17 over here. Need
Gary, come on in. Yep.
Need 17. I got 19 here, need 20. Need $2,000. I got
Where is it?
2,100.
And then we got a 2,000,
I
right?
got 2,000. Going twice. So.
Yep.
2,000.
Who got it? Who got it? Wait a minute. Hold up. Chuck, we got to ask Chuck. Can we do 2 for 2,000? Oh, wait a minute, you got something behind you, Chuck.
All right, we got another one back there.
Okay, so we got 2.
That's 4,000.
How about one more, Chuck? Okay.
Anybody else? 2,000.
There we go. Okay, we got 3.
3 for 2,000.
Okay. George said he'll go with all 4 if there's 4. That's the good luck charm. He conducts those fish just like his instruments, man. So we get to go 3 times, and we'll get to have 3 different dinners with a lot of people that are good people, and they're donating to a nice cause. This couple was there and said that they bought their son a fishing pole 2 years ago, and he's young, and still he looking at the fishing pole and never been taken fishing, and the dad is very busy and it probably doesn't have poles, and so I said, well, we can take him anyway, whether you bid on this or not. Well, they went ahead and bid, and they won that last spot. Wow. And so we'll take that whole deal out, and so I was just talking to him before we left, and he goes, this is going to be great. I said, well, one time last year we had a grandfather, a son, and a grandson, and they haven't really connected. They connected, and the grandson was able to tell the grandfather where he was going to college, and they got all the world's problems solved when the boat broke down. And looked at
I forgot about that.
Yeah. I got pictures.
As far away from the dock as you could possibly get. The boat broke down.
Way back in the back.
No way to walk, no way to nothing.
But they were facing the grass, and they sat there not fishing because they were in the grass instead of turning their seats around and fishing off like they're fishing offshore.
We got to get Nitro to sponsor some boats here.
Yes.
I think so.
Well, they'd have to be the tiniest motors ever. And Nitro would go.
So anyhow, it was good to see that we got that couple, and then the other young couple that they had three or 4 people at the table. They were ready to.
Yeah, he was
and then Councilman John Kelly, and
he had such a good time last year. He bid on it again this year.
Yeah, Tom
McIntyre. Tom McIntyre's joining him. So he jumped right in there. The 2 of them for sure. Yeah. So we'll have a good time. We can do two trips or 3 trips, or like I said, we could do one dinner if it's a good. The dinners we do in the summer, and we have a band out there. We could do 2 tables at once. Because I mean,
if you can work it out.
Yeah.
Time-wise,
yeah.
Yeah, and they're all good people. They'd have a good time together.
Yep. They all know each other, so that was a great. It just gets your adrenaline pumped up.
Yeah,
it sure does.
And it raised money for the symphony, and we've done it for the Children's Hospital. We've done it for Boys and Girls Club. That's where we
Boy Scouts and Girl
Scouts and Girl Scouts and
Peoria Academy.
Yeah, and Peoria Notre Dame. So it's a good ride. We've been doing this 7-8 years.
Yeah.
It just raises money, and we have good time. we catch fish and we eat fish. I mean, we like to cook it so many different ways. A lot of people have been fishing with their grandpa or their dad or this, that. It's been years ago. So they don't have the equipment. When I say we got the poles and everything, I mean, if I show you the fish room behind here, we got plenty of poles. In years and years and years. I mean, all of us got plenty of poles. And so it just gets them in it. And they're out in the country. They're out on the lakes. They get you out.
Outdoors.
Enjoying the outdoors. And
I gotta tell you though, every time I go with these guys, I outcatch them. So this year they gave me this small pole. This is what I gotta catch fish with this year.
Man.
Hold on, let me go.
If that was the case, we wouldn't keep inviting you back.
Hey, Dave.
Afternoon, Alf. How are you?
Good, good, good. I was thinking about getting a handgun for my wife. She wants to have something at home for self-defense. Do you have something you could recommend?
I do. If you're not going to practice a lot and just buying a gun for around the house, you need to buy something that's simple and safe and easy to use.
Okay.
A revolver is a good choice. And here's a couple of revolvers right here. Revolvers are inherently safe. They have a transfer bar safety. A lot of them have an internal lock, or an external lock that you can lock the action up. This particular one is a Smith & Wesson 38 Special. It's equipped with a laser grip. So if you're not a very good shot, you just put the laser on the target and that's where it'll hit.
And it's not too heavy for a female?
And that's another thing. You want something small, lightweight, that they can get a concealed carry in their purse, carry in the car. It needs to be small or you're not going to carry it. If recoil is a factor, you can buy handguns of smaller calibers that are still pretty powerful.
Okay.
Here's a Smith & Wesson 22 Magnum, and then here's a Smith & Wesson 22 revolver. There's other makers besides the Smith & Wessons I have here. There's Ruger, Taurus, many different companies that make a fine quality handgun. That would be a good choice. Now, if your wife takes up shooting and target shooting and practicing, then you can consider a semi-automatic.
Okay.
Here's some examples of these. We have a Kimber. It's a baby 1911 9mm. We have a Smith & Wesson 9mm, a Glock 43. This particular one is a flag edition. Most of them are black or a two-tone, and that's one of the smaller ones, and then they go up from there as far as size, in a 9mm.
I sometimes go out west for hunting and I worry about grizzly bears. What would be a good gun to deal with that issue?
41 Magnum on up. 41 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 500 Smith & Wesson even, but those get to be on the big side and they're hard to carry, especially if you're backpacking or something like that.
Okay, all right, well thank you.
But ammunition is real short supply. We're getting hollow points in, full metal jackets, ammunition trickle in, which they're a lot less expensive. But ammunition is starting to get just a little bit better. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have a full selection again. I'm Dave Barth with your Sportsman's Tip of the Week.
If you've ever seen a haunted town at night, I recommend checking out Galina, Illinois. Galina, Illinois has over 85% historical architecture. Just about everybody I meet in this town has a haunted story to tell you. Now, when I visited Galina during the day and the night, I was more particularly interested in Galina at night because it added a bit more of a haunted mystique. I wasn't there with snow on the ground. I was there in the winter. If you visit Galina with snow, it is just like a place out of a postcard or out of a Norman Rockwell painting. Out of the many sights to see and the historical stories of the place, one of my favorite places to visit in the town was Ulysses S. Grant's house. Visiting this place during the day, you get to see everything it has to offer. But if you visit this place at night, you will feel like you are in the middle of a scary movie. The entire house is lit up with lights, and you can't see anything else other than the house. I really liked visiting Ulysses S. Grant's house at night because no one else was there. I had the place all to myself and all to my own imagination. And if you have a powerful imagination, in places like this, you can entertain yourself for a very long time and think about what it was like to be in that area 150 years ago, because it really does not look any different than 150 years ago. Today I went goose hunting with a good buddy of mine who I've known since I was about 13 years old. My buddy Nick Thompson is one of the biggest goose hunters I know of in central Illinois, and I joined him today on what I would call one of the best goose hunts I've ever been on. That goose hunt made me think a lot about my father. A lot of the times that I've spent in goose pits or in duck blinds, my dad was right there next to me. We went on what was called a honker hunt. They're honkers. They're not snows or specks. They're referred to as honkers.
So yeah, for your shot, how we're going to line up with the way the wind's going, it's kind of straight out of the west. So any shooting that we're going to do is probably going to come down right over here. Hopefully the birds will come up. Kind of right on the edge. Kind of went with a tighter spread today, just to keep up the pace with what the birds are doing. We got to keep everything tight. The birds are cold, so just staying warm like that.
Well, they were everywhere a minute ago. Hi, I'm Billy Canterbury with Adventure Sports Outdoors, and I'm here with Nick Thompson of Peoria, Illinois. We are out here on a late honker hunt in a cornfield, and we're trying to get it done.
Stay tuned for the smackdown.
Now, Nick isn't just a good goose hunter, he is a really good cook, and he cooked us up some awesome sausage sandwiches in the goose pit today. And that was always on the menu today, was just a sausage sandwich, but that consisted of egg and cheese, and that egg is certainly like a sauce of its own. Having something hot to eat is a real treat, because it gets pretty cold out there.
Oh yeah. Woo. It's the best goose call you can have, is a stove.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Yeah, that's good stuff. This always tops off the hunt.
Oh, here they come. Right on this side. This side. On this side. It's just land. They're gonna come back around. One's already on the ground. All right, Billy. Ready? Go. Ready? Wait. I'm gonna try to call him back if you want to reload. There's some more shells. Some more shells. There were geese on the ground.
I got one.
I got this one too. I expecting him to come back again though. There's two coming over here. All right, well, we can whack at
On
them.
the left?
Try these. Ready? Got one. Oh, damn, we should have killed more. Well, let's go come. Here's another too. Okay, here.
I think I got that one there. I thought I got this one over here. You say you got this guy? Late season onkers, Central Illinois, baby. Woo! Here we go. Not bad. Some more. Come hunt with Nick. Hunting with Nick is always a real treat. He always takes care of those who's hunting with him. You always find him cooking in there with you. So if you have any requests other than a sausage sandwich, might recommend bringing your own food, but he'll definitely cook it for you. If you shoot a goose and you want to cook up some geese, a goose marinated overnight is always better, but he'll cook that up for you too. The turnout for this month's Polar Plunge was incredible. January 22nd, we had about 4 times as many veterans jumping in the water as we normally do. Initially, Michael Reagan and I were the only veterans doing it from November 22nd, December, and then January 22nd is the first month where we had any other participants. And we had quite a few people out there to support us. We hope to see that multiply every month. Anybody that wants to support veterans and rapid healing, we would love to see you out there. Now, we had a young jumper out there. I think he might have been, 5 or 6 years old. He was AJ of the Fuller family. The Fuller family lost their brother to suicide. They are what this is all about. We want to raise awareness. There's community, and there's other ways to heal your mind, body, and spirit.
Hi, Harry Canterbury. We're in Washington, Illinois with some real special people. A very close friend of mine, Art Hunsaker, and one of his co-workers that worked at the TP&W Railroad in East Peoria, Bob Lee. Bob is a special guy. He's got a hobby that a lot of you railroad enthusiasts would love to do. He's got virtually, his whole backyard is virtually a railroad, and it's quite a place. And I've got to ask you, Bob, when did you start doing all this?
Well, about a year after I retired. I'm going to guess it was probably 2006 that I really got started on it. And it's been ongoing every year. There's add to it every year, add something new and try to keep it running. And it's just snowballed into what it is now. There's approximately 540 feet of track in with the all together with the 2 loops, inside and an outside loop. But that's about it. It just keeps a guy busy.
Well, I guess. I mean, it is really just a neat thing. When we came here and I walked in the backyard, I saw all these trains running around, and you got beautiful buildings, and in fact, you even have the yard house that real similar to it that's down in East Peoria. Right. And that is really neat. How many trains do you, or cars do you have out here working right now? And then I see you got a lot of tankers over there too.
Yeah, well, those tankers are just sitting there by themselves. There's, I don't know, I think there's maybe 18 on this car, and then the others, not quite that many. But I've got about 50 cars altogether, and 21 locomotives.
Yeah. And you worked at the TP&W for how many years?
Well, almost 42.
42 years. You went to work there in 1963 and retired in 2006?
When I retired when in 2000, February the 1st of 2005.
2005.
Yeah.
Okay. And we got another one of your buddies over here, Art Hunsaker. And Art, you went to work there in 1959, and you retired what year?
March of 59, and worked through April of 89. I had 30 years and 1 month, but I wasn't old enough to retire. So I had to work outside the railroad for a few years till I got to be old enough.
Well, you guys are like the Marine Corps. Once a railroader, always a railroader. Is that right?
I don't know.
You guys can't shake it. I mean, look what Bob's done here.
That railroad goes right by my house, and I don't even hear them go by. You know, that's the farthest thing from my mind is railroad. But you called and getting information. I thought the person for me to hook you up with was Bob.
That's
you
right.
can find all about the railroad from Bob.
Yeah. Well, this is a fascinating display of railroading, and right here in the backyard in Washington, Illinois. What a deal! I tell you what, this is a kids and adult kids. These are adult toys, and it's really something to look at. Talking about the past today with this beautiful railroad set up in Bob's backyard. It's unbelievable. Thanks again, Bob, for letting us come in your backyard and showing us this beautiful array of railroad cars and little towns and everything else. I mean, it's really something to see, and I really appreciate the chance to come back here and see it.
Well, you're kind of welcome, and you can come back anytime you'd like, and bring whoever you want. I usually run them on Sunday. And but that's through the week. I'm usually working on them or doing something. But Sunday is the main day to run.
All righty, buddy. Thanks a lot.
Adventure Sports Outdoors is brought to you in part by Corsaw Lumber, manufacturers of quality hardwood products, buyers of standing timber in Smithfield. Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery, located on Peoria's riverfront, open 11 a.m. daily. Goodwill, supporting our veterans with job placement assistance, health, housing, and resource referrals. And the General Wayne A. Downing Home for Veterans, all because you shop and donate. Our thanks to all of these sponsors.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to another great show of Adventure Sports Outdoors. We had a fantastic time filming this month's show. And next month's show is going to be just as good, if not better. So stay tuned. We'll see you next month.